Good evening. It's good to be here, and I'm watching GoTarryn TV tonight, and I want to invite you to come and be with us. And I want to share some things about how our acquaintance happened tonight, and we'll be back with you in just a few minutes.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's GoTarryn TV show. It is Thursday, April the 16th today, and I have with me, side by side, as you can see, there he is. That's Pastor Jackie Sanders of Fellowship Christian Center in Smyrna, Georgia. Pastor Jackie, welcome to GoTarryn TV. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
It's good to be with you, and looking forward to this time that we can share together and share with the people what God is doing and what God is doing in with you tonight and with GoTarryn. And it's just good to be here.
Absolutely. Well, you know, we do these weekly Skype video calls on my GoTarryn TV blogs, and of course, it being Thursday here, here we are for yet another Skype interview. I was really looking forward to getting on here, and I can't wait to dig in and just get into your mind and talk about things like Fellowship Christian and everything we got going on. Before we even start, Pastor Jackie, let me tell the people out there watching, just so you know, I have been going to Pastor Jackie's church. I'm a proud member with both my wife Kelly and my son Tristan, and we've been going there for over 2 years. It's in Smyrna. We're going to get you the information at the end of this video. We'll tell you where it's located, the phone number, the website, all that good stuff. But I will tell you as a personal testimonial, I'm a proud member there. I love that church, the pastor Jackie and his wife, Sister Beverly. And let me tell you a few other things too. Pastor Jackie, just so you don't know, married my wife and I. He came all the way down to Shellman, Georgia, and he married us. And also, you know, just another fun fact, I had actually proposed to Kelly when we got engaged in his church in the service of September 2013, excuse me. And then, of course, March in 2014 is when he married us. And since then, we've had a very beautiful spiritual relationship. It's a non-denominational Christian church. He's going to tell you all about it here. Pastor Jackie, first of all, let me start out with the very first question. If you don't mind, can you tell these people a little bit about yourself and about your wife, Sister Beverly, and where you grew up from, and a little bit about the church and how you got involved? I know that's a fully loaded question. I'm going to go ahead and throw that to you and let you get started here and tell the people about it.
Well, I started out, I was born in Alabama, but I was only there for about 8 years, and I moved to Georgia with my family, and at 8 years old, my dad was working in one of the factories for the first time he ever came to a factory to work to it. And then the children began to be born. I've got 5 brothers and 1 sister. And then when I was about 16 years old, I went to a tent meeting with Brother Eugene Holder off of Austell Road over here.
Okay.
And at that tent meeting, I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Master, and after that I went into the ministry, and it began to happen from there. And I worked for years and years, and with the youth, with the young people. I worked in the choir and all of those different things, and went on some mission trips and that sort of thing. And so it has been a great journey. I was pastor, associate pastor with Brother Eugene Holder for several years at the Open Bible Tabernacle, and then I went down to Fellowship Christian Center and was with Brother Alan Ayers for a couple of months, and then I joined Brother Marty Tharp, which came in and pastored for about 5 years, and we travel a lot on a Silver Eagle bus and sing all over the country, and God has given me about 35 different songs that I've written and made some albums and things of that nature. And it's just been a great journey. And we came to Fellowship Christian Center, and then I became the pastor in 1979, and I've been pastoring there ever since that time. And it has been a great journey, been a great ministry. Another thing that I love so much, and that is helping the senior citizens. I go to the senior places all around Cobb County. I used to go there twice a month. I used to go there maybe once a month now, and I love working with them. We're working with the homeless people down at the gardens just below our church.
Oh, that's
and
wonderful.
it's just a good ministry.
Oh, that's nice. Super. Wow. So you have been officially the pastor as long as I've been alive. I was born in 1979, and that is very impressive. Again, as a personal testimonial, I feel a true connection with your church. As you know, I was drawn there and just started coming, and I got to say that you guys are doing wonderful things there. I love everyone there in the church, and we had a really super Easter holiday service the other day too, which was wonderful. And I guess if you don't mind, can you tell the folks out there a little bit more about the church in terms of service times and what's going on during the week, and maybe like I think every month, of course, there's a fellowship night. If you can get a little bit more into detail about that, what can they expect for people, for first-time visitors when they come to your church, and what denomination is it, and such, and do they have to be a Christian, and etc. What is the deal with Fellowship Christian Center?
Well, Fellowship Christian Center is an interdenominational church. And my passion has always been people,
Okay,
and to love people and to help people, and
very
not to
good.
be in judgmental of them. So many times we find judgmental things. People are judgmental about that, but I just love people no
Hmm.
matter who they are, where they're from, what backgrounds they have. I don't go into that. I just feel like that if we can love people and we can build relationships,
Okay,
relationships is one of the greatest things we can have in our lives.
that's excellent.
So when we were able to meet you and Kelly was one of the a highlight and a blessing in our life, and you guys have been such a blessing in our lives. And I was thinking myself, if they wanted somebody that was more than a trainer, to go to GoTarryn, because you are more than a trainer. You've got a lot going, just other than just training somebody. You got a wonderful personality, and we have just enjoyed thoroughly being together with you and Kelly, and now Tristan. And so we got another beautiful baby coming along, another beautiful member coming along into our church, and we just thank God. Our services start at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. We have a Sunday school, an adult class is really what it is. We got two adult classes. One of them is for anybody that wants to come. The other is for an older group
Okay.
that's there. And of course, we have a nursery, and we have a place for children if they come. And we try to provide something for everybody that comes in there. And so our regular preaching service starts at 10:45, in which we go in and have a great worship time and a praise time and a fellowship time. And we offer, hallelujah, the presence of God
Hmm.
in everybody's life. For everybody can get to know who Jesus Christ is, not who we are as a church, not a denomination, but have a relationship with one another, love one another, and get acquainted with one another. So we would invite anybody to come and try us out. One thing about it, we might not have a lot of the things that a lot of the bigger churches have, but we have a lot of love,
Well
a lot of love.
said. Yeah, very well said. I got to say, it's a very intimate environment. For those people watching, again, you will get a more personal relationship going to his church, and the pastor's very approachable. His door is always open, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You can always reach him. And his lovely wife, Sister Beverly, they're very, very proactive. And as a personal testimony, let me, if you don't mind, Pastor Jackie, let me tell the people out there. Let's see. This is about almost 3 years ago. I think sometime in the summer of 2012. And you probably remember this, Pastor Jackie, but just tell the people out there. I was at a crossroads myself, and I came to you because I was having to make a big decision career-wise. I was coming to the point where GoTarryn had grown so big that I needed to make a decision. I was also managing the Coca-Cola Fitness Center, which was a big-time job, big fat salary, great, money and all that. I had to take a decision. I couldn't, do the both, jobs. And I came to you, Pastor Jackie, and I remember I had vividly asked you. I said, I've got a good problem, I guess you could say. I've got choice A, Coca-Cola Fitness Center, managing their gym, or choice B, GoTarryn personal training, and going that route. And it was the crossroads. It really was. And I had asked your opinion. I said, which one should I take? And you didn't give me the answer to it. You didn't say one or the other, but instead, And again, I'll never forget this. This is really cool. But you had said, look into my mind. You said that our mind is the most important thing to search when we, need to figure out to make life decisions like this. And it was 100%, no question about it. When I left your office, even though you didn't tell me which one to choose, I left and I said, you know what? I'm putting my notice into Coke. I'm leaving. I'm going to do 100% GoTarryn, do my own thing. And it's been the greatest decision that I've ever made, thanks to you, thanks to help from you. I really believe there was divine intervention there. I believe that Jesus, that God was speaking through you to me. I needed that because I needed somebody to just sit me down and tell me that our mind is so important, that we need to look into our mind. I needed to self-reflect, do some perspective, some soul searching, if you will, and just say, well, you know what? I have the answer. I know what it is. And again, I can't thank you enough because I came to you with a really hard decision, and you helped me out with that. And again, I don't want to make this interview all about me, but I'm just telling the people out there that this man is truly wonderful. If you have a problem, if you've got bill collections, if you've got to figure out what's going on with your own job, if you got stuff like marital problems, counseling and things like that, you need to reach Pastor Jackie. We're going to give you his direct contact information at the end of this video blog. But I needed to say that. I had a personal need to get that out there so people watching knew that story, because again, Pastor Jackie, I probably haven't told you how much that affected me, but that was a very positive influence on my life, that meeting that I had with you when I came to your office and you helped me out.
I believe that God has designed moments in our lives, and I believe that certain words are just moments that, and if you can get into that moment and hear what God is saying through your mind, because out of your mind all of it comes. Everything is accomplished from that mindset. And so that was a great time, and that's what we try to do. My wife, she is great. Without her, the church wouldn't be the church. And then I have my associate pastor, Justin Fields, which is an awesome praise team leader and an awesome speaker. And so we're here to help people, whoever it is, and to be helped by people too. So it's not just us, but to be helped by other people. So when you come in, you're a blessing to us. Not only us being a blessing to you, you're a blessing to us. And we're just thankful that we have this opportunity to be able to share this time and this moment today.
Yeah, that's wonderful. You've got a wonderful team there. Not only your lovely wife, Sister Beverly, not only Justin, who I would actually like to get on here and interview him on a one-on-one Skype interview very soon, because I want to definitely pick his brain. So let's definitely keep that as a cliff note. I want him to come on hopefully in the next week or so. And then Scott Bradenberg, another guy on your team that I wanted to come on and talk about it. A lot of really good people at the church there that do a lot of great things. The worship team's wonderful. You've got Billy, you've got Melody, again, of course, Scott, and then among others. And there's a lot of really good, solid people there that, just love is definitely, just a powerful thing going on in that church every Sunday that we come. And we wish we could come every Sunday, but of course we do a lot of traveling. But we're really happy to have Tristan, come. And, we're definitely going to raise him in that church. In fact, again, another shameless plug. I don't want to make this video blog all about me, but I want to tell everybody out there, if you want to come visit this church, you should put Mother's Day on your calendar, because Mother's Day, we're going to be bringing our newborn, our first son, Tristan, in to be dedicated at that church as an official member. So if you want to come and check it out, I urge everybody to come do that. Pastor Jackie, let's get back to you for a second here. So let's get back to your story about running the church. What has been the greatest rewarding things that have happened with you, leading that church? Talk about, please, tell people why you love pastoring that church, maybe some of the challenges that you've had, and if you could talk a little bit about what your vision is for not only this year for Fellowship Christian, what's your big vision for the next 5, 10, 20 years of this church?
Well, one of the things, first of all, I want to say that you and Kelly have been such a blessing in the church and that are with us today. And my vision is to touch people, to reach our community, to reach each one. It's not, to me, it's not about a large something, but it's about an individual heart, an individual mind, being able to love somebody, being able to touch the unlovable. I've had many challenges in my life over the churches. And like I said, I've traveled and I've sang and I've preached in conventions and I've done all kind of things. But one of the greatest things that I love to have is to meet new people and being able to be challenged with them and by them, and being able to do something in somebody's life, make a difference in a life every day. And one of my goals is every day is a blessing from God. Every day is. And so yesterday is past and it's gone, and the experiences are great, and we learn a lot of things from them. But what is so great is the possibilities that are in front of us. We have so many people in the Atlanta area. There's just thousands and thousands of people in the Atlanta area. And we want to be a lighthouse in this area, a lighthouse that brings forth love, touches people's life, lift them up and encourage them. And that's one of the things that my goal is in my life is to give myself to be able to help in any possible way I can. Not just speaking about something, but I also want to give of substance in the things that I have. And and like I said, and I enjoy music. Music has been strong in my life because God has given me a lot of great songs and ministry through songs and through albums and that sort of thing. And so that's one of the greatest strengths of my everyday is being able to take music and sing the songs and give praises. And I love that part of being in the ministry, and I love being able to meet ministers and people of that nature. But one of my greatest loves is people. When you walk into my life, you'll be in my life forever. I don't just pastor somebody that's been to church. If somebody needs me, I'll go a mile, I'll go 10 miles, I'll go to the hospitals, I'll do whatever it takes to be able to bring love and share love in somebody's life. So that's one of the greatest things in my life.
Wonderful. And Pastor Jackie, our favorite part of the service, not only the word and the sermon, but also with the singing and the praise. For those folks, again, who haven't been there, Pastor Jackie actually has an acoustic guitar up there, and he is praising and worshiping. Now, with the music, can we get back to that for a second? Let me ask you, you had mentioned earlier in this video interview about the albums and the songs, and I'm aware that you've written the songs too, that some of them which you sing. But can you tell a little bit more about the songs and how do you even get started with writing a song and knowing that that's the right, because again, I'll say this for all those people watching, his songs are awesome. They are wonderful, and we're really impressed with them. But how does that even happen? Where do you get started with that?
Well, from my heart back some time ago, I wrote a song, and it just came to me because I wanted to touch lives. And God gave me a song to take my life and touch the world and save some soul through me, lift somebody else through me. And so sometimes I'm just sitting and the thought will come to me, and then it starts rushing into my mind, and then I start writing. I get a piece of paper, an envelope, a brown paper sack, whatever I have available, and I start writing down the words to the song. And I had a friend of mine, a young friend of mine, that got killed in Mexico when he was carrying the Gospels of John over in Durango, Mexico. And I was just a young man, and it crushed me at that time, losing somebody. But out of that the Lord gave me a song that is entitled, Lord, I'm Coming Home. That's when this whole thing is over, there's a place to go to from here. And so out of experiences in my life, everything that I write comes from an experience that I've gone through with or that I'm going through with. And so, like I said, you can't, sometimes I want to write and I don't have the song to write, and then sometimes it comes in just a few minutes. I can put the words down, put the music to it, and then we start singing it and start being blessed by it and blessing others by it. So that's a great gift that God has given, and I thank God for that.
Yes, and that's wonderful. Pastor Jackie, let me ask you this now. Last year, around 2014, of course, there was a physical ailment that was going on. Again, not to get too personal here, but I just wanted to put you on the spot and ask you about a challenging time in your life when you were going through some physical issues going on, but you overcame it. and with God's help, of course, you succeeded and got through this challenge. Can you tell the people, and again, the reason why I bring this up is that we all have our physical challenges. And, in my
Yes.
profession, I work with people with physical, like whether it's morbid obesity, whether it's blood pressure issues, whether it's diabetes. In your case, if you don't mind telling the people what was going on, because Kelly and I came and we visited you, we wanted to make sure you were feeling better, and it incapacitated you to a point where it had taken you out of the church for a couple of weeks, but you still managed to make through it, and you came back full on, and you overcame that. Can you tell? Because again, from me, I've never had that issue, but can you tell the people out there what that was all about and how you overcame that?
Well, what I'd done, I had a kidney stone, and I went in, and kidney stones are usually something pretty simple. They can go in and get them. You have a lot of pain with them, and so I had the kidney stone attacked, and I went to the doctor, and he said, "Well, you're going to pass that," and then I didn't, and then they put me in the hospital, say we're going to operate on you, and what was going to be, I was going to go home that afternoon, and took me in there, and the doctor went into the wrong kidney. I went into kidney failure, and
Oh my God!
all kind of
Wow.
things happened. I wound up in the heart unit in Kennystone Hospital, spending 6 days, and
Ah.
just about everything about me shut down,
Oh
and
my
it
goodness.
was a difficult, hard time to go through with, but I had so many people and so many friends that was behind me and that was lifting me up and loving me and praying for me, and my wife was stood beside of me every second and every moment. And it was just support of people like you guys and like the church people that just give you encouragement. The
Mhm.
doctors can give you all kind of things, but they cannot give you what your church family and your family can give you, and that is love and concern. And that was one of the greatest things that brought me out of that and helped me to get through with it. And it was a terrible time because I haven't been sick hardly any in my whole life, and this
Mhm.
was a difficult time. But God brings us through difficult places to make us strong to climb bigger mountains.
Very well said, Pastor Jackie, because again, from my perspective, for someone to go through what you did, like you said, the doctor going through the wrong kidney, and, to, yourself being able to rise through that and just say, you know what, people make mistakes, we're all human, nobody's perfect.
Oh yes,
Whereas most other
yes,
people, like probably me, would probably be like, all right, where's my lawyer at? We're going to go get these
yeah,
people. But
right,
you
right.
just exemplified patience and consideration, for those folks watching, Pastor Jackie just said, you know what, this is a challenge right now. I'll overcome this. And I admired your patience and your willpower to go through that. I don't know if I could have. And most people watching, I'm sure they could probably attest to that. Um, so again, thank you for sharing that. What were some of the other challenges for other church members? What are a couple of them that come on that, when what I'm trying to ask you is, when we're put through some really tough challenges for, say, losing a big job, having a terminal illness, having a family relationship split up, what are a couple of the cases where you've seen some of the biggest challenges and biggest obstacles where you were being challenged and where some of the people close to you were being challenged? Maybe, in the past several years, what have you seen?
We had a lady in our church that had a kidney failure,
Oh,
and she had liver failure, and
oh, wow.
went into Embry Hospital, and went into they done a liver transplant to her, and it failed.
Oh,
And
no.
for six months she was in there. I was in Emory Hospital probably every day or every other day in that last 4 or 5 months. And they
Wow.
had a a liver failure, and then uh, they had to go back and put in another liver into her, and it was in a failure state. And we just kept loving her, and she just kept believing, and we just
Mm.
kept holding her up, and the church kept praying for her, and she's up now. She is well.
Oh,
She is
wow.
still she has some little still has some little issues with her liver, but she's going to church, and she's got her family, and at one time they were fixing to pull the plug on her. So
Oh, my
there's
God.
there's
Wow.
been some difficult situations that we've had to deal with. Anytime that you're in a church and you're with a lot of people, and of course we've had families that come apart, and We tried to help ones that would fall and would call up on us. We would try to go to them and to help them. And that's what we're about. And that's what I'm about as a ministry, is to try to help people through the rough places. And then those people will help you get through the rough places. And so there's been a lot of challenges along the way. But through every challenge, God always taught me something or other. He never sends us through anything, but what he does is give us strength and become stronger so that we can help somebody else down the road. So that's the good part about it.
Unbelievable. Wow. That's tremendous. And, let me ask you this, Pastor Jackie, because again, as a personal, I guess, I've always wondered, I'm sure everybody watching has probably always wondered this, but, you have a lot of people, I'm sure, that have come to you that have asked, why do bad things happen to good people? Why am I going through this challenge right now? We know God works in mysterious ways. We know there's a divine ultimate plan that we have no idea. Our minds are way too small to even comprehend. But
Right.
when you see folks who are at their rope's end and just totally lost, and let's say there's some people right now watching this video blog who have never been to church or who have out of touch and maybe they're looking for something. What would you say to those people who are watching right now that need a little bit of guidance and some wisdom and need some hope and some faith in their life? What would you say to those people watching right now?
Well, one of the greatest things, because there's a lot of people today that don't have deep faith and they don't have a relationship with God or even a relationship with the church. But their problem is just as great as anybody's problem in the world. And when you come down to the place where you think, I can't make it anymore, I can't do anything, I can't go any place, let somebody come into your life that can speak into your life and to encourage you. Sometimes it starts with a handshake, or it's a good morning, or I care about you. And if you'll build on those situations, and you can build on those words and build on those relationships, they will continually bring you into a stronger and a better place. One of the saddest things in the world is for people to isolate themselves inside their mind and not allow help to come in. Because God created us. He created every one of us. And no matter who you are, he created you. You get 60 heartbeats a minute just like everybody else in the world. When you're in a storm, when you're in sick, whatever you are, you still get 60 heartbeats a minute, which lets you know that God is still giving you life, still loves you, and still wants to send somebody into your life that will help you get out of the struggle and the battle that you're in.
Very well said, Pastor Jackie. Again, that was wonderful. I have thoroughly enjoyed this interview today. This has flown by. I can't wait to have you back on here again. And maybe the next time we have you back on here, you can have your guitar and sing us a song right here on GoTarryn TV.
That'd be good. That would be good.
I think the viewers out there would really appreciate that. But let me tell the folks out there, if you don't want to wait for that, if you'd rather see Pastor Jackie with his guitar singing live at the church, then let me and Pastor Jackie invite you to the next Sunday service right there at Fellowship Christian Center. Pastor Jackie, please tell these folks how do they get in touch with you, if you feel comfortable giving your phone number out, your email address, what website they can go to, where is the church located at. So folks watching right now, get a pen and paper because he's about to tell you right now what you need to know all about Fellowship Christian Center. What we got, Pastor Jackie?
Yes, on our website, it will give you information about everything. It'll show you where the church is.
Okay.
All the information. You can see some of the services. You can hear some of the sermons.
Good.
And that website is fccsmyrna.com. fccsmyrna.com. And go on there, and you can see what we're all about and the services, the sermons, the songs, things that are there. And we invite you to come and just be in one of our services. And like I said, most of all, we'll love you, we'll fellowship you, and we'll ask God's blessings to be upon your life and be available for you. If you need any kind of help or guidance or direction, we're there for you. God bless you. Thank you, Taryn, so much. We appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Jackie. Again, I appreciate you coming on here. And so, folks, there you have it. Pastor Jackie Sanders, of Fellowship Christian Center. Again, I cannot wait to have you back on here, along with, again, let's get Justin here. Let's get Sister Beverly on video Skype, and all the other folks over at Fellowship Christian Center. So for Pastor Jackie, I'm Taryn the Traveling Trainer. Thank you for watching GoTarryn TV. And as we fade to black here comes one more time. In case you missed it earlier, we're going to have Pastor Jackie and Fellowship Christian Center's information right now. We'll see you later, Pastor Jackie. Have a good evening.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
You too, sir. Thank you. So long.
God bless.
And we're back, folks, and there you have it. That was Pastor Jackie Sanders of Fellowship Christian Center. A wonderful interview there with him, very insightful. Got to learn a little bit about the church. And again, for those folks watching, I urge you to check it out. And whether, whether you're a Christian, you're not a Christian, you're not religious, or you're looking for a new church, or whatever, just come check it out when you get a chance. You saw the information there. It's in Smyrna. And especially if you live in or near Smyrna, again, just come and check it out some Sunday, and you can meet up with us and have a lot of fun there. And I can't say enough what impact it's had on my life, and both Pastor Jackie and Sister Beverly have been a positive influence for my family. So that is it for today's GoTarryn TV video blog. These Skype interviews are just tremendous every single week, folks. You can watch them right here on GoTarryn TV every Thursday. So, put that on the calendar to make sure that you continue to tune in. And again, I guarantee you next Sunday we'll have another awesome guest here. In the meantime, if you can, please do me a favor. There's a website link right there. You see it? I can read it right there. What does that say? www.gotarryn.tv. Go to that website right now. Bookmark that to a favorite to your browser and tell 2 people about it today when you get a chance. A few other things you can do for GoTarryn. You can like GoTarryn on Facebook. You can subscribe to GoTarryn's YouTube channel and follow GoTarryn on Twitter. And among all else, remember what Taryn the Traveling Trainer always tells you. Of course, I'm the master of the personal training universe, that with GoTarryn TV, it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll see you on the next video blog, everybody. So long.